Congratulations, Banu ma'am.
Thank you.
It is just great news that your book has been shortlisted for the Booker Prize. This is the first time that a Kannada work has made it to the shortlist.
Yes.
And I read these stories over the past few days, and I wholly concur.
How you felt about it?
I wholly concur with the way with which the judges have described it.
Okay.
For me, as a resident of Karnataka, they were very revealing. They were very revealing Muslim vignettes of small town Karnataka, and also they also laid threadbare the overwhelming force of patriarchy.
Yes.
That is often hidden away. It holds a mirror to the Muslim society of Karnataka in a way. For me, when I was reading it, the one thought struck me that the beauty and significance of literature is that it transcends geographical boundaries.
Yes, of course.
But
that is wonderful. Yeah.
But when you were writing these stories over many years, in Kannada, did you think that the themes would resonate with the global readership?
Yes, of course. It's women's issues there. They are prevailing all over the world. That's why the feministic movement, which started during 1908 over the government's workers' issue, even it had its overall effects in India also, in Karnataka also, and even in Assam. So there is a no language bar for any emotions, motherly emotions, the emotions of a wife, daughter, sister, and as a citizen of any nation. The women were devoid of voting powers. They were not allowed to read. They were not allowed to become advocates. They were not allowed to become doctors. They were confined to the four walls of the house. And all these things, they're stepping against all these obstacles one by one, and they're creating their own healthy world within synchronizing the relationship with their women relatives also. That's a wonderful thing.
Thank you, ma'am. When Miss Mushtaq mentions wives, mothers, daughters, all these are characters that appear in this wonderful and moving collection of short stories.
Yes.
If I could just go back in time, you started writing in the 1970s and 80s, and you are identified as part of the Bandaya.
Bandaya Sahitya Sangatna.
Yes, which means protest.
Protest.
In a movement in Kannada literature. So, which upturned the established norms in the way Kannada literature was written at the time, till that time, even. So what made you take up this style of writing? Because at that time, not only the Bandaya Sahitya Sangatne, overall the Karnataka, it was thrilled over all the other movements like Kisan movement, Dalit movement, and the language movement. Gokak report was published, the language movement, and then there were theatre activists. All these movements gave a new lease of life to the youngsters at that time, and I too got involved in these movements. And during those movements, the main slogan was to get equal society. The rights should be equal to all without any, hierarchy of caste, creed, and language and gender. It was challenged at that time, and it was very attractive for any youths at that time. And when the issue of total change of society was involved due to the final decision of these movements, I had problem to write in Kannada because I, being a Muslim and my mother tongue being Dakni Urdu, and I was not well versed in Urdu to have any write ups, but I was very convenient in Kannada in expressing. So I wanted to write in Kannada, but the greatest question I faced was what to write. How do you write? Till then, there were no footsteps for me or any youngsters who were at that time, because even the Muslim, some of a few Muslim writers who wrote at that time in Kannada, they write in the language of Brahminical expression. They wrote as per the norms of Hindu societal traditions, and I was confused what to write. I am not uh, very versatile in presenting all those situations, feasts, or say marriage, anything I cannot express properly. But where I can express all the Muslim traditions in a very vivid manner. But how to express? I never had any opportunity to explore this process. Then we had discussions. Most of the people who were stalwarts of Bandaya Sahitya Sangatya at that time, Bargu Ramchandrapa, Ramzan Darga, Kalegoda, all these people, they held many workshops for us. And there we discussed our difficulties and impediments, and we sought their guidance. They said, okay, it's not necessary to write in Kannada, it is not necessary to write in the language of those people who have already written. You create your own style, you create your own word, and you show to the entire literary world of Karnataka the inner world of your community, your surroundings, and your inner turmoil should be expressed. And so, by trial and error method, we started, myself, let me say, I started expressing myself about the traditions of Muslims, about the hardships they were facing, and mostly as feminist movement was highest in its intensity. So we also saw, I myself saw so many patriarchal commandments that were imposed on women. It was happening even in Hinduism, even in other communities also. But I could write only in my community, regarding my community, where I have got experience. So I started writing, challenging the patriarchy of the Muslims, Muslim men.
That is a very fascinating tale, I must say. I enjoyed listening to your answer. But one question that sprung to my mind immediately is, this is the 1970s, you are still in your 20s,
Yes.
you're in a small town, you're not even in an old city like Mysore, a big city
Yes.
like Bangalore,
Yes.
and you have these wonderful, bold ideas for the time.
Yes.
Right. So a sort of question that comes to my mind is, how did you find the strength? There must have been a lot of detractors, people discouraging you, people
It's not
questioning
only that, I had own my family issues also. I was just married. I was a young bride. I was having my first child, and I was living in the joint family of, say, there were about 30 people in my in-laws' home. It was a big family. Of course, now I cherish those moments, but at that time it was a highest challenge for me. And the main thing was, I was employed as a teacher in the high school before marriage. And after marriage, our marriage was solemnized on May 12th, and only 17 days after this, on June 1st, I was made to resign for my job as a teacher, and I was confined to home. The greatest issue for me was I was not doing any intellectual work. I had to, there were maids, they used to cook, they used to do all the household chores, and there were people, I used to talk with them. And more than that, I had nothing else to do. That caused greatest impediments to me. I just wanted to go out. I want to mix with people. I want to share, I wanted to share my views. I wanted to interact with them, and I wanted to write, which was not allowed. And at that time, what I could do was,
I came out of my in-laws' home along with my husband, and we set up a very small home where, for earning, because I had already resigned for my job, I know tailoring. I knew it from my, I say, adolescent age. I am well versed in tailoring and embroidery. I used to do a lot of tailoring, embroidery, and I used to earn money uh, to support our family. My husband is a businessman. He also tried his level best to earn for the family. So these were our individual challenges. At that time, even at that time, I wanted to write. That was haunting me like anything. And there is one very interesting incident. My in-laws and we were used to go to Baba Budangiri Hills. And I said I was a very young bride, and we were married, newlyweds. And we went to Baba Budangiri Hills, and my husband knew I can write, and I am bold enough to express my views. And when we were there, I was helping my mother-in-law to cook. At that time, my husband came there, and he used to signal me to come out. And I was embarrassed in the presence of my mother-in-law, everybody. Yeah, I thought he should not signal me like that. But my mother-in-law noticed, and she said, "Can you see he is calling you? Why don't you go and ask him?" And I went to him. I said, and I was very angry. I said, "What is bothering you? Why are you signaling me like this, as if you are someone else, third person? You are not, are you not my husband? Why are you signaling like that? You are doing something not good. I don't approve." He said, "No, please come with me. I want to take you somewhere." Okay, we went. We went far away. He brought me to the valley. All around surrounding there was greenery, and there was a tree also, and there was a stone, a very ready-made uh, picture. There was a stone to sit there, and he said, "Please sit here." I sat there. Then with a shy movement, he took out something from his pocket. I said, "What is it?" He said, "There are white sheets." And he gave me a pen, and I said, "See, this is an ideal place for a writer. You have to write, no? You please sit and write here."
I was swept away. The beauty, the vivid description, the way that you recalled, which sort of resonates with your writing style. You know, their stories are seemingly simple. You were narrating this tale.
Yes.
Is how it's so similar to your writing style, which is seemingly simple on the face of it while reading the story, but they're so intense, and then
Yes.
the punch,
Yes.
right? Which really leaves the reader reeling in a way.
Okay. Okay.
That is my response, at least.
So, by you didn't ask my response.
To what?
To
Oh, so yes, so when your
so
husband gave you a pen in
and
that sort
paper,
of
white
very
sheets.
evocative setting,
Yes.
what was
I
the
was
response?
I was so depressed. I was so depressed. What to write? What to write? I never know what to write. So I just took paper, I took his pen, I wrote A, I, E, alphabets, and tore it into pieces and threw it on him and started crying.
Wow, so much drama.
Drama, full of drama. Because I never knew how can a person write all of a sudden. You can take him and place in a cool place and ask him to write. Can he or she write anything? Can it be written? It should stem up from your heart. Today I can write. Today, even if she doesn't provide me a sheet of paper, I can write. I can write on anything. I can write about your visit, a beautiful story I can make, but that day I couldn't do like that because I never had any preparation. I never knew how to write. But
his concern, his love, and his care was so strong, and it gave me a lot of strength to write.
That's heartening. I wish all of us have spouses like this, have
Yes, of
partners like
course.
this to
Of
inspire
course,
us
I
to
wish
write.
every woman should get like that. A
Uh,
person.
so moving on, I wanted to ask you. So all of these 12 stories, a dozen stories, except for the last one, perhaps, which is broader, most of these stories pertain to the wretched plight of Muslim women.
Yes.
So so how did you come up with these stories? I mean, were these stories that you heard while you were growing up,
Yes.
or did you encounter these as part of your
Yes.
activism?
Yes.
I'd love to hear more about this. Yeah.
There is one story by name Hrudayada Tirpu in Kannada, the decision of heart, that is in English, that is published in Heart Lamb. There is a background for this story. When I was in the office, a husband and wife, they came to me for consultation, but consultation was less, only discussion, and they were fighting. They were very emotional, and the wife was accusing him that he cares his mother very much. He neglects me, everything. He said, "No, I will provide all the things to you that I provide to my mother." He was clarifying, but continuously she was nagging him. So he said, "What? Why you are doing like this? I will get 3 necklaces. I will get 10 pair of dresses to my mother, and I will erect a huge shamiana, and I will get her married. And what if I do like that?" He challenged her. Then it was decided in a different way. But that punchline, it stayed in my mind.
Okay.
It grew like anything.
You
And
know,
it became a story.
okay.
Only that dialogue of husband. And another thing, I was going to Sakleshpura court to attend, and I was engrossed in my brief that I wanted to argue on that day. And I was not listening anything, and I was not witnessing anything. I was in my own world. At that time, there were, in olden times, about 10-15 years back, some beggars used to come to the bus, and they used to start singing. At that time, a beggar woman came. She had a very beautiful voice. She started singing, "Prabhu Ninna Daye Nannaya Mahamandira, Na Ninna Dasiyo Daya Sagara." That means, "Oh Lord, I am your slave." And she was going, and those two words, Lord and slave, it stuck into my mind. It was sewn into my mind, and I was very much attracted towards those words. I don't know what those, but they played in my mind continuously. That song started playing in my mind, if even after so many days. Then I wrote, "Be once a woman, O Lord." So not entirely the scene I would not copy. I would get some seed sown in my mind at a particular, by a particular person, or by a particular time, and it start growing in my mind. Thereby it creates so many stories.
So it's interesting how a writer finds source material for their stories. R.K. Narayan used to say,
Yeah.
the famous Mysore-based writer, I just need to look out the window and there are so many stories.
Yes.
But you have a particular sort of empathy also in the way in which you built up your character, that's very evident. So the other story that struck me was Fire Rain,
Okay.
which in its emotional punch that it gave me, it reminded me of Sadat Hassan Manto's partition era stories.
Thank you. He's such a great writer. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And another story which really,
Black Cobras. Yes.
which really shook me in a way, was Black Cobras.
Yeah.
So Black Cobras, it's where you really bring out very starkly the way in which patriarchy operates and the
Yes.
unfair burden on the woman.
Yes.
Because in this we see how the mother loses her infant child even because of the entitled and violent behavior of her husband.
Yeah.
What really struck me was these little acts of rebellion that these women
Yes.
of the
Yes.
locality do
Yes.
at the end,
Yes.
which was sort of leads me to a question, that there was hope when you concluded your stories in that way. So these stories were written over the past few decades. Now we're in 2025. Have things changed for women, for Muslim women in particular, since a lot of your stories pertain particularly to Muslim women? Over the past few years, we've seen young Muslim women articulate what they have to say very boldly and clearly, be it the anti-CA protest, be it the
Yes.
protest
Yes.
against the hijab, the government order proscribing the wearing of hijab in
Yes.
colleges. So your comments on this, linking it to your own
Yes. Yes.
literary
Yes.
work.
Yes. I tell you two things I want to tell you. One, that story, Black Cobras, Girish Kasarwalli and actress Tara, they liked it at most. They told me that they were searching from past to 2 years. It was in 2005 they have filmed it. From 2003 they were searching for a women oriented theme to picturize. So after 2 years in some public library they got hold of that book, and they were so happy that they wanted to do a film, and it was picturized. And Girish Kasarwalli told me many of his friends and associates, they suggested him that the film started by focusing Tara and it should end focusing Tara. Okay. But Girish Kasarwalli has replied to them that the intention of the author is quite different. As you pointed out, she wanted some sort of rebellion from the surrounding women, that to register. And that's why I want to register that protest in a very potential way, and he has ended it in the same way that I have written in the story. First. Second thing, it was written before 2003. Now it is about 2022 years has been happened, and that film has won many national awards. It has created history. And after, say, about 2 decades, lot of things have been changed to Muslim women as well as other women. Uh, in First of all, I want to say Muslim girls, they are studying. They are into universities. They are into, they are, researching and getting PhD, MPhil, all degrees they are getting, and they are very hardworking, and they have stick on to their education purpose. Whereas Muslim boys, they are dropouts. At about, say, maximum they will study up to 10th. Afterwards, they want to take up any job or any menial job they can get, they can hold at that time. And this is causing some discrepancy in the society, because there are a lot of graduate women among Muslims, and whom should they get married? And the offer comes from a mechanic, from a rickshaw driver, or from any other fruit vendor like this. I don't say they are condemnable jobs, but I'm just analyzing the situation now. And they want to get married to a girl who has graduated, who has to work as a teacher. She has to earn and to educate his children. That is the main reason why he want to marry a graduate girl. And these graduate girls, they get married to these boys. They will get one child or the two childs, and some of them come to my office and say, I am fed up with him, madam. I cannot cope up with him. Please get me divorce. I have got children. I have got earning. and I will handle my life. This disparity is causing lot of issues in the society. As even recent PUC results, the girls, they have, obtained results up to 76%, whereas boys have secured 69% pass in the recent PUC examination. In all the communities, boys are lagging
So,
behind.
if I could interrupt you here, how do you see this manifesting in the way patriarchy was enforced in the past on Muslim women and other women in general? This disparity that you're talking about.
Yeah, that is what the society has to think. Otherwise, there will be more. Once again, there will be more inequality.
But wouldn't this empower women? This higher
Yes,
educational
empowering
level?
is also empowering is there. I do. That is what I am noting down. The empowerment on the part of the woman is greater. They are getting education. They are getting good jobs. They are getting choices to lifestyle. Everything they are enjoying. But what about these boys? They are also our children only. We should take care of them also. And if we don't take care of them, they will be involved in most of the emotional issues. Saying about the talking about the pseudo nationalism and talking about the um, what to say discrepancies and questioning and adopting to unethical practices. And we are seeing most of the younger generation is drawing their attention, and they are attracted towards drug. They are, most of them are drug addicts. This is the greatest issue we are facing now. The surrounding children, they have fallen for this drug racket.
You have paid the price for your activism and for your very forthright literary contribution, where you have questioned the established Islamic, certain Islamic notions, the way in which Islam has been interpreted. You've questioned that. You've paid the price for it. I know, I'm aware that several years ago you were boycotted by the Muslim community of Hassan.
Yes.
And you were even physically targeted.
Yes.
All this because you stated that women had the right to pray in the mosque. This must have taken a toll over you, incidents like this over decades of remaining a challenger. Yeah, can you please tell me about how you feel?
It's created lot of tension to me. For a period of 3 months, I could not go out. I could not go to court, and continuously they were targeting me. Not all of them. Most of the Muslims of Hassan, they were with me. They knew the truth because they had all gone to foreign countries. They had gone to Hajj. Everywhere they had seen there is a woman. He has got all the right to pray in the mosque, but only due to patriarchy, some of them they took this extreme step. More than that, uh, the thing is, some of the Muslim youths, they trolled me very badly. That created a lot of psychic effect on me, because I was been born and brought up in a very sensitive way. Even I have been treated respectfully by my male relatives of our family, my grandfathers, maternal and paternal, my husband, my father, my brothers, my son. Everybody treat me with lot of respect. But some people, they started to abuse me. They, let me tell you in this way, orally, they raped me like anything. And it was not, I couldn't tolerate all those abuses. And I got psychic. Psychic means I lost confidence in me. And it was at that time my relatives, my husband, my children who took care of me, and my friends. There was one sister Lynette. She was much friendly with me. All of them took care of me. And one thing, I got itching all over my body. It was itching in such a way that I would bleed like anything, and it could not stop. And finally, Sister Lynette took me to a psychiatrist, and there we consulted and said it is due to self rejection. You are rejecting yourself due to all those abuses. He explained me things, and he said you should be confident about it. You are having a family with small children who are looking for your guidance and need. You should be, I mean, you should take hold of yourself. He guided me, advised me, and he gave me medicines, everything. And after about 6 months, the itching stopped on its own automatically. And for 2 years, I couldn't write even a single word. Whenever I tried to write, my hand would shiver. I think I was under fear psychosis. I don't know. I must, because some guy, he came with a long knife to assault me. All these things happened for no reason. It was I say, not necessary. On false pretext, they were charging me. The real thing is, I too has gone to Hajj. I too has gone to visited foreign countries. Every women are allowed to pray. No, no way they are restricted. But here I don't know why this politics was staged against me. I say it is politics. It is not in Islam to oust women from masjid.
Thank you, ma'am. That is a very personal story.
Yes.
And it sort of, I felt very shaken up in the way that, because now we are living in an area where in an era where trolling is very, very common online.
Yes.
And this story, I mean, for all the women who are out there who take brave stand,
Yes.
this story from the pre-social media era,
Yeah, pre-social media,
helps in, it shows how resilient you are. I mean, it took you some time, but you got out of it. Yes. Which, if I could, will bring me to my last question. If I could broaden its ambit a little bit, keeping the focus on your literary output, on your stories, what I wanted to ask you is, so you've portrayed the wretched plight of Muslim women and the hypocrisy of Muslim men who take recourse to Islamic theology. Yes. in this sort of very unjust behavior. So we understand reform is necessary.
Yes, sure.
Right? Both of you and me agree on that. But the vexed question then is, where should this reform emanate from? I'll tell you why I'm asking you this, because we have a blatantly anti-Muslim union government in power now.
Yes.
Which to demonstrate its sort of power over Muslim.
Yes.
In a way, it has finished off the democratic rights. So it says, okay, we have passed this law abolishing triple talaq. We have brought in.
See, you know the reality of the triple talaq. There is no system of triple talaq in Islam. It has been introduced and imposed only for the convenience of the men. And see, the present union government is targeting Muslims on their soft spots.
Even the Waqf.
Yes, spots. And these are vulnerable spots.
Yeah.
And the triple talaq, union government has taken lot of credit, but
No,
I say it is un-Islamic practice, which our stalwarts, our Maulvis and Muftis, they should have stopped it. But of course they did it. Yes, it should start.
Where should reform come from? That is my question.
I say no outer force should interfere it. See, we will put it this way: no extra judicial power should interfere in it. But can it stem out from the community, within the community? No, it is not possible. There are so many firqas, so many divides, and though so many scholars are there who have got different opinions of the same things. And can we expect anything from within the community? It is not possible. So these spots the union government is targeting. It is high time. Now the community should get aware of it, and they should start straightening the issues.
So if I understand you
See,
correctly,
yes, there is a woman from Pune. She has filed a petition to the Supreme Court for the women to get the right of namaz. Why the women need to go to Supreme Court? Is it not allowed in any other countries, Islamic countries? They are allowed. But why these people now they are allowing? Now they are allowing during Ramzans, during Friday, and some mosques, masjids. Even nowadays it is allowed. But there are some soft spots which I and you need not point out. They know it fully well. Why they don't come out with a solution for it? They should come out with a solution, and the society should discuss about it. And even if it is needed, if they don't come out with proper solution, women will go to Supreme Court and they will seek help from there, and union government will interfere.
it was a pleasure having this conversation with you on behalf of Frontline.
Thank you.
And on behalf of all our readers, all of whom are rooting for you, we wish you well. I know that the Booker Prize will be announced in May. Best wishes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.